Okay, so good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lucjan Stapp. I'm very surprised that so many persons come to my talk because in parallel there's lunch, which is very, very important in the conferences. There's another talk in English, and this is rather technical speech, not very connected. But I think that you are make a little mistake looking on the name blockchain, why it will be on the next slide for me. Well, as you have seen, I'm a rather old person. As far as I know, I am the second oldest person still working all over the world. The oldest from me is Ingvar from Sweden. I'm working in testing for, oh my God, more than almost 30 years in the moment. I started in the middle of 90s. So it's many, many years ago, absolutely different way of thinking, but in parallel, I was a scientific worker of University of Technology, so I still have some connection with some problem. Well, why blockchain? Speaking true, I'm not interested in Bitcoin, sorry. If you want to send some Bitcoins to my account, you are welcome, but I'm not talking about Bitcoins. Another cryptocurrencies also not included in this talk. What I'm interested in is security problem in IoT application. In the moment, you have many problems. Maybe people sitting in the room too, but we as digital societies, as was said, Jarek, the next speaker, talk more about IoT because it was his team. Well, the problem I am interested in is that most of IoT application has zero security. You can go to them without any problem. Well, I have in my pocket some phone. I don't put what the name of it is, but during the test of this application, we hack it. Not exactly this one, but the similar one of my colleagues. What we proposed blockchain as a solution. Why blockchain? Well, these two gentlemen, Wiest and Gervais, do we need a blockchain in their paper? Do we need a blockchain? Propose a kind of algorithm. I give you a detail in a moment because it's not very good to see. Well, do you need to store the state? In our situation, the answer is yes. Are there multiple writers? Sorry to say, the answer is also yes. These multiple writers are hackers which wants to use our application. So can you use always TTPP? The answer is yes, obviously. Are all writers known? Sorry to say no. So we are on this, we are on the top of my algorithm. We need permissionless blockchain. We start to observe it, how it works in a few situations. The problem is that when we use blockchain to our bosses, they understand money, cryptocurrency. It's very typical. The idea is that what is said also on this slide, it's working. It's a slow database, it's true. It's slow, but we can use on it as a kind of a self-auditing ecosystem of digital value. Each group of this translation is referred to a block. Two important properties. Transported data is embedded with the network as a whole. By definition, it is public. In our situation, it's also a problem that it's public, but because we believe that the hacker tried to go in one version of our application, there are many, many of them all over the, well, in the situation of this electrical scooters in the town. In Warsaw, in the moment, we have more than 500 electrical scooters. Very trendy idea. Of course, not owned by the people, you can borrow them from the city. So it's public, but hacker will work on one of this application, not on the whole in the moment. Well, we have some interesting result with this hacking problem also. It cannot be corrupted. Altering any unit of information of the blockchain would mean using a huge amount of computing power to override the entire network. As I told you, we have some interesting result, because in the blockchain, in theoretical idea, it was said that we need a majority. For me, majority means 50% plus one. In our tests, we obtained that it was a small 100 something like this computers connected. We found that we don't need 51, we need about 2/3, 62, 63, sometimes 64. I don't know why. In the moment it's still under some discussion. We try to find why it works like this. Decentralization, that's what we are looking for. Eliminate the risks that come with data being held centrality. Well, for us it's a minus, but because from time to time each application in each IoT thing obtains a new version, but it must be done in other ways than just sent by, well, some mails, some tools, something like this. Of course, use encryption technology, it's a plus, because it's not so easy to go there. What more in Poland, I found also visiting the city from the bus that you know this technology in direct meaning of a blockchain. Many blocks, one near another. The problems are that first of all, our bosses don't like. They indicated any kind of blockchain adoption with their organization. 1% thinking about it, 8% were in short-term planning or active experimentation with blockchain. We observe it in our bosses. We need some money for the start. There were some problems. Most of them are not interesting. It's a Gartner report from 2017. So it's maybe it changed a little, but I think it's like in this well-known picture. What's exactly blockchains? Also artificial intelligence. That's artificial intelligence. That's IoT. That's many other words, as proposed to Paul today in the morning, digital world, whatever it means. The other problem is that it's very expensive. I don't know how it will work with us, but it was found by my son, it's due to him, that when we connect Bitcoin Merkur versus Visa network, well, 100,000 Visa transactions in compare with one Bitcoin transaction. You can observe how many additional electrical energy we need to work on it. Our computers are really power consuming. That's the problem. But if you have IoT, IoT is also power consumption, so maybe we found some, okay, thanks. Well, when we are talking about blockchain, we are thinking about clouds. That's our lab. On others part, we can use Azure. Well, it will be a talk about AWS today in the same room as I just found in the program. So I want just to skip this information. Well, we have several frameworks for blockchain. There's a list here. The most popular is Ethereum in the moment. The idea of Ethereum is that they use this virtual machine which can execute on arbitrary algorithm complexity. Every Ethereum runs on these machines without problems. So the problem is that this massive parallels it's not done to make computation more efficient. It's slower and more expensive than traditional computer, but it's a solution for us. We have also some testnet. We use Kovan and our private cloud also. There are several tools for it. I give you a list of most popular, in my opinion. The most popular is, of course, Truffle Suite. It's Mocha and Solidity. Plus is that Mocha is a test framework in Java. If you like Java, it's very useful. Solidity is designed especially for Ethereum. It means a little modified language. They called it contract-oriented programming languages. There's a list of available models at GitHub. Many, many, many of them. Very useful. Of some of them absolutely unuseful. As usual, people have something, they put it to GitHub. Well, that's example of the code. If you like the code written in this idea, Mocha is something for you. Well, some abbreviation about Mocha. More assertions and tests. It's very low, very good form of report, very bad syntax, and many information on GitHub. On the other hand, we have this Solidity, which also have many, many application on GitHub. It's more useful language because it's more similar to JavaScript. It's designed especially for Ethereum, with also some pluses. Summary for these tools. They are definitely for developers, not for testers. The ability to create in JavaScript more modular functional tests, it's very easy to create such tests. The possibility of asynchronous tests, a lot of ability example, very poor support for non-functional tests. Speaking truly, even performance is very difficult to test using these tools. There are also some premates for developers, Ganesh and Drizzle. Populous, another, well, I like it. I like Python. Sorry, that's the answer why I like it, because you can use PyTest. It's a very well-known library. It's easy to create. You can run it, well, from here in laptop. I have not enough time to give you an example, but fail to run performance test. That's something which is absolutely understandable for me. We try to find some documentation for Embark, and we find 10 empty pages, nothing. Maybe it was written white on white, I don't know. We tried several times, we wrote to them, no answer. Well, it's something which is called Bitcoin J. Well, it's more for Bitcoin, not for our purposes. Corda. Corda has one plus, and we are still working on it, because in Corda they promised that the time of comparison all members of our blockchain will be less than 3 seconds. I don't know how it should work, but in the moment we are still under test. Plus, very good compare with Azure. Azure is something which we need, which we have, which gives us a possibility of to build a big blockchain if we need it. But what I really need is some tools for testers. And after 4 months of trying to find something, I do not find anything. We do not have good tools. We need such tools. Maybe not we, maybe I. I need such tool. Many things are very difficult to check. From time to time, we must stop our computer to observe what happens. Working manually, in manual manner on, say, 1,000 computers is impossible. We need some tools, and I don't know nothing about such tools. The main difficulty is high-level degree of interleaving and large number of scenarios. Well, in this year, I found in few conferences I'm going on, I'm working as a programming committee and so on, that people are looking for the method, not for the tool, for the method for thinking this. Okay, I think I am in time. Questions, comments, remarks are welcome.
Thank you very much. You can present for best question.
Okay, futbolka. First question is the best.
First question is the best.
Okay, as I told, first question is the best.
Hello. Thank you. My question not connected to your report. Can you tell more about the story with scooters and how you hacked it,
Yeah.
and so on?
Well, you can find it. Oh my God. Jim. Yes. It's reported here. The story is that some stupid American 18 years old hacked using Bluetooth to one of very popular electronic scooter, and using GPS, the scooter stopped on zebra, in the middle of zebra, and you can move not back, not forward. So it started to be very dangerous because it was a rush hour in big city. You see, the problem arrived. I can give you several such examples because I'm looking on it from say last September, a year ago, something like this. In the moment it was found it was reported, publicly reported, about 20-25 such accidents. This is most popular. You see, in the moment you have this IoT things in any place, in your pocket. Well, in my watch. I can't say that in my glasses because I have normal glasses, but some of this has also this electronic. It can be hacked very, very easy. Typically, the easiest way is Bluetooth, because all of them has Bluetooth, and Bluetooth is not blocked for hacking. Thank you, Jarek. Okay, next question, please. So thank you once more. Jarek, to dla ciebie.